This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
I have to start by saying, which I didn't mention yesterday, the Mighty Sharks won their 30th premiership on the weekend. Fins were up all day, Ben.
Yeah.
And East Fremantle fans who long suffering for 25 years.
So they've won
ordinary,
30 flags, but it's been 25 years. So did you play in the last one?
No, 1998 was the last one.
Yeah, okay.
Stephen Bilsich was the captain of that team, and mine was the time before, which is 1994. But in that period, so from 98, going all the way down, they were just perennial winners. They will win every year, but they haven't had a victory for a very long time.
Patch.
So well done to the Mighty Sharks, and they're still going hard. And,
Party down the left bank.
Yeah, they did. That's what they did.
Do players at that level get paid?
Yes, they do, Nath. Probably up to $1,000 maybe.
A game or for the year?
No,
a game.
Up to
That's
$1,000
not bad,
a game.
is it?
I guess you have to pay tax on it and stuff. So what does it amount to? You can go to the country. You can go to the country and get $1,000 in your hand.
Like a cash in hand? A cashy?
Brown paper bag.
Yeah. One of the guys I used to play with used to
you
fly down.
can't.
What'd you call me?
You heard.
He used to get on a plane every Sunday. They'd fly him down to the Great Southern area.
Yeah.
He'd play a game. He reckons he'd be in the shower having a tin, and the guy would pass him some cash, and then
there is nothing better than working and getting literal cash in hand.
But I mean, when you're in the shower, you don't have a pocket to put it in.
No, it'd be like,
you got your prison pocket.
And then off to the. Imagine if we walked out every day and got paid in cash.
Oh,
it'd be so much.
It would put a bit more of a pep in your step.
It would.
But now, have you seen?
Because you think you're going to get robbed every day.
Now you've seen people. I think it was over in Melbourne or whatever. Over east somewhere, there is another KFC that has gone cashless.
Yeah,
and
I know. They're up.
We're going towards a cashless society.
There's no doubt about it. We are. We're against.
Well, stadium for starters. Yeah.
Yes.
Was a stadium cashless?
Yeah.
Second thing I want to quickly mention, hasn't the world gone bananas with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? And the one thing that, we all kind of knew that would happen because it's Taylor Swift, right? But I have been really surprised because I watch all the American sports shows that the players, his teammates, when they were doing their warm-up, I'm not sure if you've seen those videos, when they were doing warm-ups and they're all going, is that Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Like your teammates going out with her. Oh, I didn't think that'd be, I honestly didn't think, because they're big stars themselves, whether they'd be blown away by it, but they were.
Yeah, it's so funny. Since that photo of them two coming out, his jersey sales have skyrocketed 400%. 400% in sales.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is
but you
amazing.
know what? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how famous he is. She's Taylor Swift.
That's right.
And you're going out with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. That's what when Shane Warne was Elizabeth Hurley, and we were like,
Shane Horn, that's his porn name.
Shane Horn, basically.
And finally, yesterday when we had Pav on, he was getting fired up about the assistance package handed to the North Melbourne Football Club.
Wasn't happy.
Yeah, a lot of people around the league are saying the same thing. Chris Scott was the one who started it from the Geelong Footy Club, the coach there. And, he was pretty strong with his word. And Gillon McLaughlin was on the show last night, AFL 360 that is, and he had the chance to, get his point of view across.
Well, it is manipulation. There's compromises everywhere. Chris has been the beneficiary of father-son for years. Ross, Mitch Owens, Marcus Windhager are academy picks. There's compromises throughout the system. Absolutely true. So be fair about it. There are compromises. And it's an industry decision when someone's so bad. Ross's point, I think, was their own decisions got them there. There's no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. But I think statistically, North Melbourne are the worst position of any club for the last 5 years in VFL, AFL history. And they are laggard. And for the benefit of all of the competition, we want all men to be able to compete.
How often do you, how many years in a row do you give them a helping hand?
Yeah,
at what point do you go, well, maybe you're just not viable as a club?
Because by the sounds of what we just heard, then we all should be sponsoring their village to get them a well.
Well, that's what the AFL have done. That's what the AFL have done. His excuses were everybody else gets the benefits along the journey of other areas, which is true. But the one thing that they can't measure is the AFL have already given them assistant packages. So if they continue along that journey...
And they have the same access to father-son as everybody else does.
Well, the reality is there's a lag of when those players, so in the last couple of years, North Melbourne have picked up some really talented players. By the time they hit 22, 23, which is this year, the next year, those guys become not only just out in the field with the possibility of being good, they become very good. Yep. Like Callum Sarong and Andrew Brayshaw, right? Yes. There's a prime example. All of a sudden, that team just goes north big time. But if they keep giving them more and more, they're going to become a super team, and no one will be able to beat them.
But on the father-son situation, isn't that on their players for not producing talented enough sons?
Yeah, he wasn't saying North Melbourne haven't, because he was saying that Geelong have scored.
He's saying that's an example of the manipulation, but everybody has access to the father-son rule.
Yeah.
So what Nathan's saying is true. Like North has the same. All they have to do is have a player play 100 games and have a talented son, right?
Yep.
So if their 100 game players aren't having talented sons, that's on them.
Then it's not them.
No, they have. They've got father-son players playing for them. So they're right in that vein.
Yeah.
He was just using that as Geelong have got freebies.
Yeah.
So
no, but they haven't got freebies over and above the rest of the league, is what we're saying.
No, absolutely
So
not.
him using that as an example is very
the ones that are
convenient, but it's not
handicapped are
true.
Fremantle, because they're a young team.
Yeah.
The Gold Coast Suns, Port Adelaide, and GWS.
Yes.
Because they haven't been in the competition that long.
Long enough to have anybody.
Anyway, I think the AFL certainly overcooked it, not for the first time.
Oh.
Wow.
Sean has
He just
spoken, everybody.
Put a bow on that
And
at
then
the
he
end,
just
didn't he?
stopped
Like a
dramatically.
real journalist.
Done.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.